So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first. I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Big's head is a...
The lieutenant's face is made of stone. But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fairweather. Fairweather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. For a full set, about 4 years of wages. By catching, do you mean, let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them? Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure? The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, Homo!
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. We'll have compromised the coroner's case. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you are getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots for 7 days. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think they are the only thing left on him?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down, and second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. All right then, you can pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected? Of course there aren't. Don't be naive. You still feel as though there might be some honor points, and if there are, you've surely earned one.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue? Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Aged.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cut.
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the warriors run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You? Yes, it often is. This bell worries me.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Here, a souvenir. Don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the bed without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's test position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of...
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
The lieutenant follows suit. He finishes loading the gun in silence, then hands it to you.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
yourself in your mouth. At least you won't miss.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Or what? You gonna fuck me? Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos.
Don't.
Do it! Put it right here, Mulga! Right here!
Intense shit, Copper.
Kurt waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
The lieutenant takes the gun carefully from you and holsters it. His eyes are narrow and he doesn't
Fucking pussy didn't shoot shit, did he? Didn't shoot me, didn't shoot himself in the mouth.
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools and they have men. I did not want us to be indebted to Evrard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves. That is clearly not the case. We need help.
You need to suck my dick! Why the fuck am I still alive?
He's a dangerous and corrupt man, and we cannot predict what he will want from us in return. I did not want us to be indebted to Evrard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves.
You need to suck my dick! Why?
We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union.
Crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Good question. There is no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky for you to discover.
What do you see?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers. Hard to say. Your vision, hard to say. Cop habit. This isn't case related, you think. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds. Only an echo. Only an echo. No one is there.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime. God, I've told her not to do.
This economy is a mysterious force, like cosmic.
She can.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. Tenor, this is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't...
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Exactly. She's been too busy. I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of...
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into. The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Everything is on the...
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She smiles and nods. Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out, those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Riversholians. You need to spread that direct...
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time, before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week, sir. Sometimes without your shirt on. asking people questions. I haven't really understood what about. Of course, you stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Good thing she didn't say party eyes loud. Her mother's nearby. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir. Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get Oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
A small mountain of colorful board games.
Yes? What do you want to know? What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't... Well, sort of. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the...
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Yes. I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing.
He opens one hand and looks at it. A moment passes.
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo or Jumbo? It's always good to have a police officer who can see and feel. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not, we should move. Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Because you're the best qualified? No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long. You see a heavy steel door with a The door does not budge. The door does not. The old cobalt paint. This fan has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as you swoop up and catch what you have in your hand is if it's your friend, an ominous, foreboding feeling fills you. The switch must be broken. The bed is cold and not. The window stands broken in it. The morning light hurts your eyes. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your
can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal?
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of... Yes? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious. No, I don't have... Or some
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolute.
Fine. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
The man ponders his cooking ut. He looks up at shrugging is an international sign for. He looks up. Shrugging is an international sign for no.
Hello again, sweetie.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum.
What are you doing? We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The worker is in a colorful piece of plastic. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able... Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather bound. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. Yum yum. Money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. The synapses in your brain. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. No, he's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sure, officer. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
No, and I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else? Just a second. Yes. Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? Please, no. Not this. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic. Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. No, not me. Yeah, go on.
You hear the call breaking up on the other end of the radio, and then the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. 10-4, anything else for you, sir? Over. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
A metallic...
Take what you need, Huffy.
He's clearly a little protected. The pry bar, useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are locked. You can do good work with these. It's robust, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Pre-warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the...
Hello again, officer. How are things?
You see several packaged. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display. You see several packaged raincoats filled. The girl delves into the magazine, hair covering her face, down onto one knee, pretending to do up a shoelace. Take a loose package from the bottom, slip it in the old sleeve. The girl doesn't notice a thing.
What is what? It's a... If you want to buy one...
The sloppy stacking makes it more difficult to discern. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yes?
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling.
Welcome to Frick.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back, only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that the extra tea makes it funkier.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already...
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but... A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
She scrunches up her face into an...
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? Reality.
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
I don't know. What about it? When ordinary people... Yeah, it happened like we're in Frit as mankind.
What will her essay prompt be?
We're in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola. You're welcome. I don't...
The clock shows the time at 10:09.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to feel cool. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... I don't...
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything...
Okay. Not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really. I don't...
No need to worry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
A small cabinet on the wall is their logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. we don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to every school of thought and government has failed in the city. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to...
Oh, come on.
I know exact, but you see...
Silence. The air between your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute...
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. God.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Not the most popular topic nowadays. I'm not... People who've studied these things say that you and me open you... The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruders species too. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of... Don't push your luck. Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off? Or not? The strike? I'd have been... Apples. Yeah.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window. Yes.
You see a heavy steel door. The door does not.
Yes?
The worker is...
Hello again, sweetie.